All right, so na Afenyo Markin a Parliament. It's an say NDC MPs no. Almost see abra na Akufo Addo ye president no. Okoko di Burkina Faso president Ibrahim Traore ne hon konkonsa.
When President Akufo Addo set foot in Washington and reported to Anthony Blinken, he snitched on the Burkina base when he told Anthony Blinken, the then Secretary of State of the United States, that Burkina Faso had brought terrorists, had brought the Wagner forces to help them fight terrorism. That was the day Burkina Faso withdrew from the Accra initiative. Mr. Speaker, that was the day Burkina Faso refused to collaborate with Ghana in terms of intelligence sharing to deal with terrorism.
Honorable James Agaga is a respected member of this House. He cannot, Mr. Speaker, he cannot, in commenting on an important matter like this, tell this House that the former president of this country snitched on another country. Very unacceptable. This should not be coming from you. Don't use that language in this House. It's unparliamentary.
Yes, Honorable Agaga na hu se na okasa no. Na eno na Afenyo Markin se on tiase ema yengu Akufo Addo hu fi. Before say ebekwa ko hede course of parliament ankasa no. Me sure say won download the Pesa app no download it. Esan say Pesa say so UK now download the app no obecho £10 free. And now we Europe so now download the app no obecho €15 free. Ni hia ne say so download the Pesa app no wodi me promo code hidden ebe she ho. So the hidden ne she ho. Now they make you first transaction £50 or more and as a €50 or more. Oh UK na Pesa becho £10 and now we Europe and now any other European country Pesa becho €15 free. Pesa is available in Canada, UK and Europe. Near the woman so this and this car in some few minutes time any panel send in Sikano. Nensaka. Also and no near Makasa ba e parliament in an say MPs no Eko chire mu say Mahama in relationship with Burkina Faso president Ibrahim Traore no ama na no Ghana for mo call Burkina senko mu kwakuto ntosu no omo face terrorist attack.
The second thing that Akufo Addo government would have done, and the minister asked that question, is that, Mr. Speaker, we will not align in the conflict in Burkina Faso. We will continue to be leaders in ECOWAS, and we will continue to support legitimate governments across the West African region. But we will be careful, Mr. Speaker, not to portray our government in a manner which will make our citizens targets. Mr. Speaker, security experts indicated immediately the president of Burkina Faso, General Ibrahim Traore, became a special guest at the inauguration of President Mahama. And I'm not saying it. Security experts indicated, Mr. Speaker, that Ghanaians were going to become targets. And indeed, these traders, Mr. Speaker, let's ask ourselves the fundamental question. These traders are not combatants. These traders do not play any role in the conflict in Burkina Faso. These traders do not pose any threat. So why were they attacked? Mr. Speaker, I think our friends from the other side should agree with us for us to have this bipartisan inquiry, to assemble the facts, and to have the situation unraveled in a bipartisan and objective manner. Mr. Speaker, because I want to indicate that the allegation or suspicion other security experts have posited, that it is because Ghana is seen to be aligning with the government of Burkina Faso, our citizens have become target. Let us establish that allegation to be true or not. I am not insisting that it's true, but we need to find out the truth.
Almost a relationship na Mahama ne Ibrahim Traore wono Burkina Faso terrorists no mani nje ho enunti ena abra tomato traders ne koye no terrorists no attack yomo na eno ena NDC MPs no so say Honorable Atamils echiri mu say senka Polugu Dam MPP for expended $12 million for ho no senka indeed omo ye bi papa bia anka tomato traders no they wouldn't be going to Burkina Faso all the time. It's an senkantos no Ghana ha ebetimi adua bi ama amanfo be free in crime Kumasi Akko North Akko Akotobi.
Honorable Atamils, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I know this is a very sad thing that has happened to our members in Burkina Faso. But just to answer some of the questions over there.
Your time is 5:55, so you stop.
Thank you.
Exactly as you
The killings are avoidable. The killings are avoidable. But let me remind you something. Let me remind you of something. Your former flag bearer, who's now your new flag bearer, went on TV and said the best thing he has ever done in the north was the Palugu Dam. This Palugu Dam was supposed to help us irrigate some land. Look, what happened was we spent 12 million US dollars, and we don't have anything to show. If this dam has been built, we would have been able to grow our tomatoes up north. Ghanaians wouldn't have to go to Burkina. You spend that. You know what we need to do? Let's find out who chopped that $12 million.
Honorable Atamis, you have done 1 minute.
Over there.
Honorable Atamis, you have done 1 minute. So,
thank you.
Yes, Minority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, with respect. Mr. Speaker, if we use this platform to open, can I finish? Mr. Speaker, I would want to invite the chair to order that aspect of the submissions that sought to quote the flag bearer of the MPP, and Mr. Speaker, and to attribute comment one unrelated to the subject matter in issue, and two, to impute improper motive. Mr. Speaker, time and again, even in admitting statements, you have had cause to caution and even to edit situations where His Excellency the President's name has come under reference in statement, and this side has respected that. Mr. Speaker, they are our leaders. Let us be fair, because as soon as that Pandora box is allowed to be open, no, Mr. Speaker,
Nunti akasa no ana ekoso wo parliament no a na honorable Agaga sorry e no say nsem wi aye kan nyina no ade ba akopɛ na we study say MPP for no ka ho asem ene the relationship between President Mahama and Captain Ibrahim Traore. MPP for no blame President Mahama say nam no so new relationship with Ibrahim Traore no na ema terrorists ni bufu ya omo attack Ghanaian traders na no na honorable Agaga echire mu say enye se President Mahama ayonkofa bi keke no person ni Ibrahim Traore fo na mum no Ghana ne Burkina Faso ntam ase ni nyina eye nkonkonsa bia na adodanko Akufo Addo ekodi ye wa abra na oye president chesa abra Captain Ibrahim Traore ye ku e Burkina Faso no honorable Agaga echire mu say President Akufo Addo at the time eko UN for no kudi nkomo bia it looks like okoko snitched on Captain Ibrahim Traore. And then Ghana's relationship with Burkina Faso, deteriorated. And into President Mahama bae no, and na why na adwin so pese or sign fixe sa relationship no. And into no ne Ibrahim Traore egusudi nkomo no.
Mr. Speaker, the facts are very clear. Accra initiative was birthed by them.
But by December 2022, they had completely destroyed the Accra Initiative. When President Akufo Addo set foot in Washington and reported to Anthony Blinken, he snitched on the Burkina base when he told Anthony Blinken, the then Secretary of State of the United States, that Burkina Faso had brought terrorists, had brought the Wagner forces to help them fight terrorism. That was the day Burkina Faso withdrew from the Accra Initiative. Mr. Speaker, that was the day Burkina Faso refused to collaborate with Ghana in terms of intelligence sharing to deal with terrorism. Mr. Speaker, when President Mahama became president, he decided that there was need for us to have continuous collaboration with the Burkinabés, and that is why he immediately appointed a special envoy in the person of Colonel Bevlo Lati to continue to liaise with the Burkinabés, the Malians, and the Nigerians in our quest to fight terrorism. And so I am very disappointed that today our colleagues on the other side are saying that the reason why Ghanaians were killed in Burkina Faso is because we glorified a head of state, Ibrahim Traore, in our country, and that is why Ghanaians are being attacked. That is the most irresponsible statement that can come from this side of the house. Mr. Speaker, why is Ibrahim Traore not ahead of?
Na saa asem na okan say Akufo Addo ekoko snitched on Ibrahim Traore no and Afenyo Markin say masakasa yi adenti na ugu a former president anymore as say wako snitched kuruhu for also president adenti na also kasasa.
You have spoken for only 2 minutes. Yes, Minority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, Honorable James Agaga, Honorable James Agaga is a respected member of this House. He cannot, Mr. Speaker, he cannot, in commenting on an important matter like this, tell this House that the former president of this country snitched on another country. Very unacceptable. This should not be coming from you. Don't use that language in this House. It's unparliamentary, Mr. Speaker. He cannot substantiate this. You cannot use this privilege to use words unbecoming of a member of parliament against the former president. If this is said about President Mahama, you won't be happy. I won't accept you using this against President Akufo Addo. Mr. Speaker, members of parliament must rely on facts in the argument. How can you say a president of your country, a country you love, met a US diplomat and snitched on another country, Mr. Speaker? And we seem to be accepting this, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Agaga should know better, and I know he knows better. There is no fact supporting that claim, and I plead, Mr. Speaker, that you order those statements that President Akufo Addo snitched on Burkina Faso to be, Mr. Speaker, should be expunged from the record. Mr. Speaker, I have said before, and I'm repeating for the umpteenth time, that the NDC members in this chamber are opening the Pandora box. You are in government. Respectfully, colleagues, let's get serious. Respectfully, this is the second attempt. The first attempt attacking Dr. Baumia. Now it's your turn. You're attacking Akufo Addo. Don't let it be that when members start using unbecoming language, you will now call the speaker to caution. Stop it. Let's have a free flow debate. Let's discuss the issues. It is a sad situation. People have died, families are grieving, and we as members of parliament are trivializing it and thinking that it is something to play politics with. Please, Mr. Speaker, I will conclude by humbly urging you, in the first instance on Honorable Atamils, he did not withdraw the unbecoming comments against Dr. Baumia. You only asked him to move away from there. Now, he is also repeating. I would plead, Mr. Speaker, I would plead for the sake of tomorrow that you ask him to withdraw. He should withdraw.
Honorable Member, you've heard a minority leader.
Mr. Speaker, I am surprised that the minority leader is speaking this way. He should advert his mind to the meaning of the word that you snitch. I know he's somebody who loves English literature. I'm surprised at him today, Mr. Speaker. Snitch simply means to inform, an informant. It's so clear. It's so clear. It's so clear. It's so clear. Mr. Speaker, with the greatest respect.
Honorable James
With the greatest respect. Mr. Speaker.
Honorable James Agaga, do the needful. Honorable James Agaga, Honorable James Agaga, do the needful. Let me give you the rest of your time to continue. Please do the needful.
Oh, Mr. Speaker, to say somebody informed.
Please do the needful.
Anyway, Mr. Speaker,
Honorable Majority Leader, with all due respect. Honorable Majority Leader, with all due respect.
Mr. Speaker, just a moment. Mr. Speaker, just a moment, Mr. Speaker. Just a moment, Mr. Speaker. No, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable members, I think you can see that today I am in a mood to listen to everybody, but I will be firm. So, Honorable Agent Sagaga, do the needful.
Very well. Mr. Speaker, I will withdraw the word snitch and substitute say with inform, which is synonymous. It is synonymous.
Honorable Minority Leader. Honorable Minority Leader. Honorable Minority Leader, I have ordered him to withdraw. He has withdrawn. I will ask that the word informant should also be expunged from the record. But to use the word informed, I do not think that is unparliamentary.
Very well.
But snitch, informant is unparliamentary. So they are withdrawn. Yes, you have 3 more minutes.
Very well. And so, Mr.
And it's
Speaker,
now 6:35.
the point I'm making is that the Accra initiative died a natural death when President Akufo Addo informed the United States Secretary of State that Burkina Faso had hired the Wagner forces to help it fight terrorism. Mr. Speaker, what was the response of Burkina Faso? Burkina Faso immediately recalled its ambassador here in Accra because of that comment. In fact, the president of Ghana at the time caused a diplomatic row between us and Burkina Faso. That is how collaboration between Ghana and Burkina Faso came to a complete halt. Mr. Speaker, when President Mahama assumed the reins of governance in this country, realizing the need for us to continue to have a link in our quest to fight terrorism, he appointed a special envoy who continue to work closely with the Burkinabés and the Malians to ensure that our national security apparatus was on top of intelligence and had the ability to help us fight terrorism. And so I am surprised that my brother Abu Jinapo and Honorable Dominic Nituwul are making the case that the reason why Ghanaians have been attacked is because we are not on top of intelligence. No, we are on top of intelligence. What they need to understand is that terrorism is constantly evolving. It is constantly evolving. And so what happened in Burkina Faso is a case study. Let us ask ourselves, why are the Burkinabés now attacking Ghanaians? It is because they believe, the terrorists believe that if they allow Ghana and Burkina Faso to forge the kind of partnership the two presidents and of course the other leaders of the Alliance for Sahelian States are trying to forge, they will be weaker. That is the reason. Any security analyst should advert his mind to these facts. And so they would want to attack Ghanaians so that Ghanaians will begin to speak like the way the former Minister of Defense has spoken, and I am very disappointed. So we would continue to collaborate with the Burkinabés. Ibrahim Traore, the president of Burkina Faso, is the head of state of a sovereign nation. You cannot say that our president, who is also the head of state, should not have dealings with another head of state. I mean, where is this coming from? Where is this coming from? That is the impression you created. You have been reported on City News. City News reported you that one of the reasons you ascribe for the attacks on Ghanaians is because we have glorified Ibrahim Traore in this country. That statement is regrettable, and I am disappointed. Mr. Speaker, I want to make the point that Ghana and Burkina Faso are brotherly nations. We are brotherly nations and must continue to work together. We have not glorified any coup maker. Ibrahim Traore is the president of Burkina Faso and deserves to have relations with this country.
I will proceed to give the floor to the minority leader.
In our fight against terrorism. Thank you very much.